I'm being joined on the program by yet another lawyer and a spokesperson of the People's Democratic Party, Mr. Daniel Bwala. He joins us virtually. Thank you so much, Mr. Bwala, for joining us, and it's good to see you. I mean, I know you've been watching and listening to Mr. Keyamo. What are your views? He made some claims about your party, your involvement, and perhaps the reason why you suddenly are supporting President Buhari's policy. How do you react to some of what he said tonight?
Well, Shewun, thank you for having me, and good evening to Nigerians. Please, Shewun, permit me to observe that given the time you have remaining, it is practically impossible for me to have even half of the time he has gotten, yet we are both spokesmen and we represent political parties. Even in court, the judge allots the same time for senior advocate and non-senior advocate. So I thought I should just say that so it can be observed against next time.
So let me so just a moment. So yeah, because this is an issue of equity that you have brought up. So we had a program yesterday where the position of your party and your side was evidently and abundantly represented. And tonight, by the ethics of our profession, we deemed it fit to invite you to speak in any case that will need balance. And that's what we have done. So go ahead. You will have your time to respond to him. Thank you.
Okay, I will not argue with you, Shehu. Maybe another time off camera we can argue that. But let me say that APC is suffering from what is called agoraphobia. Agoraphobia is an extreme fear of a place in which the escape is difficult. That is what is happening to them. Let me get the things off the chest. Festus Keyamo is a minister of the Republic and a member of cabinet of the government of APC to which Buhari presides as the president. One of the rules of professional conduct, because he came to you tonight to talk about the sanctity of the law, the duty he owes first to his profession before anything else. The rules of professional conduct, Section 1, it says, a lawyer shall uphold and observe the rule of law, promote and foster the course of justice, and maintain the high standard of professional conduct. Now, what that means is that the duty of a lawyer that is primarily to the profession is a duty of conviction. Secondly, Section 5 of the Constitution says the executive powers of the Federation lies in the president, to which he acts directly or through the vice president or ministers of the government of Federation or other agents of the Federation, meaning that any act of Buhari is the same act of the minister that came on your studio today. Any decision of Buhari is the decision of the minister that came to you today. In a normal climb where there are men of honor, if you doubt or if you are not comfortable with a decision because you say you primarily are devoted to your profession, honorable men, what they do is that they resign from the cabinet as a sign of protest so that the government will know that they will not be there in the cabinet to support violation of court order, as he took time today to copiously state. Secondly, is the issue of the powers that he said, the same way the president has executive power, the governors have executive power. You may need to have asked him, if this is the case, who provides the security of the governors, both the DSS and the police? It is the president. And you know why it is the executive branch of government that provide? Because police, army, and Department of State Services, they are all under exclusive list. The issue they are protesting against, that they went to court about, that they even addressed the nation in order to undermine the sovereignty of Nigeria, is an act that falls within exclusive list, which is an act of the National Assembly to which the president by law exercises. Thirdly, if you are in doubt to a decision of court that you felt a member of your cabinet and the leader of your party has violated, the law that we know means that on the said day when the matter comes up in the Supreme Court, you will either get a contempt proceedings against that president, or you will draw the attention of the Supreme Court that the man has acted badly. But this is their reaction, what they claim is the violation of court order, that Governor El-Rufai sat and addressed the people of Kaduna State and by extension, the members of APC throughout the Federation of Nigeria, that they should disobey the orders of President Buhari, who stand as the symbol of the sovereignty of the country. and then he tried to throw away the issue of treason. So let me tell you what treason means. Treason is defined as a crime of betraying one's country, especially by attempting to kill or overthrow the sovereignty or government of a federation. That is exactly what Governor El-Rufai did. He attempted to undermine the sovereignty of the government of the federation. But let us just say a word or two, Sean, which will be very important, because they say he who comes to equity must come with clean hands. The El-Rufai that is inciting Nigeria to rise against the government because the government violates orders. Let me tell you, as the FCT minister, El-Rufai disobeyed all court orders and demolished houses. He disobeyed all court orders given that they should restore staff who went on strike. He disobeyed the order of court about the compensation of people whose land he demolished. As a governor, he disobeyed court order in the conduct of local government election at the time it was given. He disobeyed court order that restrained him from sacking teachers and civil servants in Kaduna. He disobeyed court order that demanded the reinstatement of sacked teachers and civil servants. He disobeyed court order that restrained him from demolishing houses at Graceland, Zaria, and houses belonging to the people in the city. He disobeyed court orders that restrained him from seizing the shops of individuals. He disobeyed court orders that restrained him from seizing shops belonging to traders in Kaduna. He disobeyed court orders that was made in favor of traditional rulers in Kaduna. This was the same man who threw the late Justice Bashir Sambo from his residence after a court order. El-Rufai is the same person who cast aspersion against the judgment of the industrial court on Channels Television. That is the man who has come today to incite the people of Nigeria to rise against the president because they say the president has disobeyed court order. Now, let us go to the germane of the issue. The sufferings of the Nigerian people is a product of the policies of the party they are taking to the ballot, asking the people to vote them. And it was the same El-Rufai when the EndSARS started that failed to rise and address the nation. You need to know, Shaun, that when the concept of the violation of the rule of law came at one time in Nigeria, El-Rufai did not call for any meeting to speak against the government for violating court order. With respect to the money they are talking about, there is only one person in Nigeria who is alleged to have moved money through bullion vans, and that person is on their ballot as the presidential candidate. This APC has never, at any material time in the past 8 years, demonstrated their sympathy or their feelings for the sufferings of the Nigerian people. They are coming today, but it is late to say that they are reacting because they care about the sufferings of the people, but their candidate that is on the ballot said that the whole thing that is happening, it is happening against him and his person. And I need the president to know that this war that has started from the governors and from outside has come right into his house. A cabinet member by name Festus Keyamo has declared a war against the president. Forget all the going around that they are doing. There is no going around. The reason why they are rising against President Buhari's policy now is because they felt it is time to deceive the Nigerian people and give the impression they care about Nigerian people so they can be voted. It is the same El-Rufai who on Channels Television said that one of his governor friends was given 500 million new Naira. El-Rufai has not been able to tell Nigerians who that person is. And there is no policy of CBN that I know that has permitted the giving of 500 million Naira of the new notes. So if you have seen in a nutshell that they are trying to spin to say the Nigerian people are feeling for them, one fact is clear. On the day of election, you will not see the name of Tinubu. You will see the logo of All Progressives Congress. So 8 years of torture, 8 years of turmoil, 8 years of misery now is coming to the ballot seeking for validation of the Nigerian people in order to inflict 4 more years of misery and torture and hardship on the ballot. So in a nutshell, I'm trying to say, Sean, if you look at the gamut of everything he has said today, pending on what you will raise afterwards, they are just what we call hubris, lies, attempting to spin what they have caused to the Nigerian people to make it seem like they feel for the Nigerians. Who are the people hoarding the money? Who are the people hiding money here and there? Why is it that this time around, they care so much about Nigeria because of money. In fact, even when the 200 Naira was released, they said they were not satisfied. It is 500 and 1,000 that is where their mind is, because what they saved to buy the votes were actually in 500 and in 1,000.
How would you describe those in APC who say this new twist of event in relation to the Naira note is perhaps being used by the PDP to their own benefit? How does this benefit the PDP?
I am glad tonight, shown by himself with his mouth, he said that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is like a rat, but you don't catch a rat by burning the bush. I'm glad he said it, that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is like a rat. And you know what a rat is? A rat is something that steals in people's houses. That's what is the rat, but don't, in a bid to catch the rat, burn the bush. Now that is one. Number two, no member of PDP or candidate running for any office under the platform of PDP holds any position in the government of the Federation. Nobody come near it. And nobody from PDP influence policy in the APC as it stands today. But let me put it this way. They don't feel more for the Nigerian people as much as PDP does. That is why PDP went all over this country converting their plan to bring these people out of this cage and out of this servitude that APC has placed the people under. Now, if they get confused among themselves, where they say the kingdom divided itself cannot stand, assuming you are in a place where your opponents are hitting their heads, are you supposed to follow them and be crying? This is the confusion. But our passion and our feeling for the sufferings of the Nigerian people is that you should carry this, your anger, and vote out this misfortune that has befallen Nigeria in the past 8 years. And we call on the central bank to make sure that enough of this 200 Naira note is circulated so that the Nigerian people will get the money. The central bank and the law enforcement must also focus on individuals that are mixed up with the bankers to frustrate the distribution of the money to the people we care about, to the people who came out with 5-point agenda to change their lives. The reason why PDP is so resolute that the time has come for us to take the tie and turn it is because this is election season. And the people suffering in this country must realize and express their anger at the poll. But no member of PDP holds any post in government, influence any post in government, or can undermine what the government is doing. We are quiet because we know what they are planning. They are taking one by one step so they can stop this election. You know, they are spinning when they say the other people want the election not to be conducted. Check the states that they are inflaming this crisis. They are APC-led states, from the state people who believe they can collect power by hook or crook. But we are resolute. We have few more days for the Nigerian people to go and vote out this court that has come upon our land in the past 8 years, and vote out this mystery, this pain. They have divided the Nigerian people along religious lines, along ethnic lines. They have destroyed and bastardized the economy. They have mismanaged our unity, that everybody suspects each other. There is virtually nothing in Nigeria that is moving because a party came to the ballot in 2015, came to the ballot in 2019, and is coming to this same ballot. Remember, Sheun, it was in your program I first said, when their manifesto came out, that the manifesto of APC is a war against their government. And I told you in that program, the reason they had to come that way is because they knew it was a bad policy. And the only way they can deceive the Nigerian people is to give the impression that, this one na shit, not be me. Oh, this one na shit. But check all of the policies of APC in the last 8 years. These same individuals that are talking were the promoters and they were the enforcers. Even when the Nigerian people cried against those policies, these same people have appeared in various television and have talked against that. You recall the same spokesman in 2019 was even ordering the killing of people that they claimed they cared for. Suddenly, they have become doctors. Suddenly, they have become caregivers.
Mr. Bwala.
Suddenly, they have become
Mr. Kayamo said earlier that this sort of situation, according to him, he used the word conspirators, that they are working against the chances of the candidate to incite Nigerians against their party. And he was confident that his party candidate is going to win this election. And he mentioned reasons why he thinks so. How do you, or what do you have to say to that?
Well, if it is with respect to the chances of their candidate, I have to tell you this. All you need to do is to look at their agoraphobia. Their agoraphobia, that fear that anything can happen and they will not be able to escape from the anger of the Nigerian people on the voting day. Where is the chances? Asiwaju is struggling in the southwest that he need to lock it down. You have seen that the pan-Yoruba body in the southwest said they are not doing him. They declared him persona non grata. Key leaders in the southwest, such as Obasanjo, they have declared him persona non grata. This is where he's supposed to hold up the place. In the whole of Nigeria, have you had any group or any major person that is said he has declared Atiku persona non grata? We are talking with base. Now, stretch it further. In the Northwest, all of their campaign in the Northwest were campaign of protest. If they shouted Nigeria, the people would say Atiku. When we exposed that, they stopped shouting Nigeria. Have you not seen in every rally 2 days ago, when they say, let us sing the national anthem, he carried his staff and raised it up. He took up no Oshomole to say, bring your hand down. You remember, with respect to education, he said he's promising that the people will finish their first degree in 8 years. He's not referring to medical course. So where is the chances there?
All right.
Every part of the place went. People reacted against them. The chances to Asiwaju, I'm even suspecting that Asiwaju will come third, not even second. After Atiku wins, I'm suspecting that Peter Obi might likely come second. Atiku, okay, look at the Asiwaju. All of them are fighting him. They are fighting each other. Some governors are fighting other governors. Other governors are fighting Falike, and they say he's the one controlling the campaign. Then you have them fighting their president.
All right.
Then they call all the state chairmen and they say we're spying on you. A person that is confident cannot be saying that.
Mr. Daniel Bwala, thank you so much indeed, at least for these responses that you are able to give to Mr. Keyamo's intervention on the program. Thank you so much indeed, and I appreciate your time.
Thank you. Thank you.
I appreciate it.